Hello and welcome back. It is Desperado Chess, and we are doing the Road to 2000, but it's not just any old Road to 2000, it's Road to 2000 2.0. Let me explain. I have been doing a Road to 2000 similar to what I've found that many people are doing, and that is where you play games, live record, and people track your progress. Win some, lose some. Bad recordings, good recordings, so on and so forth. I found that mostly due to my schedule that I was struggling to block in a time slot for me to be ready to record and to play. Many times I get up early for work, and many times I would be up at 9:30 at night recording my rapid game for that day after having not had time to make dinner. So I'm like starved trying to use my brain at its utmost capacity while under rested and staying up late at night and trying to get like my sound to work and everything. And to say that I was very much mentally diverted away from playing my best chess is an absolute understatement. And I don't mean that in regards to just like, oh, I'm not like playing as good at games and not winning as much, but like I just straight up wasn't enjoying it. So I decided that I'm not doing that anymore. At least until the schedule permits a little bit better. And I think, quite frankly, it's better content when I review my games afterwards, anyway. So to kick this off, but also to kind of display and kind of make the case for myself, these were my two last rapid games, getting me back up to over 1800. These were played relaxing on the couch, like just sipping on something, like just doing what I want to do and doing what I love, which is playing chess and just enjoying it. So without further ado, let's make sure all the recording stuff is going. It looks like it is. Um, let's go. So this was the first game, or the second to last game I've played. Um, and I played the Caro Kann because I've been trying to kind of get my footing again. So I play what I know the most, and he goes here. Now this is a pretty common line. I have not looked at these games immediately before. Like I looked at them after I played. So this is not going to be a huge analysis kind of thing, but I believe whenever they do this, actually the move is d6 is what the analysis says. Um, I play here, which I don't think is even an inaccuracy. It's just not the best move. They play here, and then I play like this. Um, and then at this point, I feel like this is back into known territory, even if they didn't play this weird e5 move at the time that they did it. And then we develop like this, and then this is just something I've been into many, many times. So, a little side note, I'm so glad I'm doing it like this because, like, sorry to like freak out on you right there, but like, I just want to be able to explain. Like, I was doing some reviews for Late Start Chess. I want to be able to explain these moves like this, and I'm trying to think of like, okay, what's his thought process, and what's the other guy trying to do? And then I was using game review, and quite frankly, I think it's best if I just don't use game review. But I want to just explain like little things like this, like I take here, and then now his bishop is not the best. That's why I take it at the point to where I do. I could have easily pushed this pawn. There are times where you want to, once this pin is broken, you want to take as fast as possible. This may not be that exact time. This is more of a preference thing. So we end up with this position, and then I take this pawn. Now, the anticlimactic thing about this game is that, in my opinion, it's pretty much already over from here. With that being said, I've lost many games after winning a pawn like this, which is pretty much the whole entire point of the Caro Kann, is to try and pick off one of these pawns, if not both. I've lost many games in probably the 15 and 1600s where I win this pawn and then don't go on to win because I just kind of like play sloppily. You do have to kind of play a little bit slower chess in order to maintain this lead, and you'll see in this game I think I do. So We play like this, and then I take the bishop, which is not that good of a bishop. I'm not sure if this was even a good move, but it doubles these pawns, and I'm a pawn up, and they have double pawns. I have a better pawn structure. I feel like there's not much bad about this. So maybe I'll put the analysis bar on. That's actually kind of like a slightly easier way. So after this, and I take, the analysis doesn't go down. So maybe it was a good move. So, all right. So we go here. This is just a prophylactic move, keeping the knight from coming in. And we're playing like this. Now he has this. And I think, I was going to say, I remember this move. Computer doesn't like it as much. At this point, I'm worried about this because it's guarded. Now, if he takes here, this seems like an odd move, but if he takes here, I have this, and his pawn, his pawn structure really starts to make problems for him. So I believe I didn't want to take here still yet. Now I'm attacking the bishop. He takes. So this is a weird thing. It was kind of a, what do they call it, a Zwischenzug. I could have guarded this pawn first, but I'm a pawn up, and I'm like, okay, he can't not. Maybe he could. Maybe it's a move order thing where he could have gotten away with taking this pawn first because the next move would be check. But the way I see it is he's got to take back here. So I take. Now he has very, very little chance for counterplay. I have the bishop against the knight. And I come here, and this was actually considered a great move, if I remember, because I'm guarding this. Now, I think he checks me, which I kind of seen coming. Does he do it here or here? He does it here, in which case I just take. He takes back, and I go here, and now it's like, so you hear like counterplay. You hear about like Levy and grandmasters talking about counterplay. White has like just such a like, how do you improve upon this? They definitely try, and I think if I remember right, they do a pretty good job, but like it is an uphill battle. Why would you put yourself in this situation? So they go here, I guard, and then now my idea is to get some mobility on the queen, no, that'd be the king side. So that I can get pawns moving and then just simplify. That's how games are won typically. So get over here. I think actually like here or maybe earlier, h5 was very smart. I think it actually was earlier. But I do this, check him from here, and then this was like an essential. Like I absolutely had to play this move when I played it. He goes here, which he has nothing. Now, I don't want to take this pawn yet, but I figure I can take it once I'm close enough for the king to be drawn, and then me to get over here with these pawns. So I do it now, and I go here. I don't care that he gets this pawn because he doesn't have a pawn behind it that he can mobilize. Like, him taking this pawn and me taking this pawn whenever all my pawns are rolling, it's like, okay, that's fine. Actually, here, this maybe makes more sense. And then, like, if he comes here, yeah, I would have this. Let's go into analysis mode. So here. I actually like this a lot better. With the idea being, I'm not saying you would play this, but the idea being like something like this. I like this a lot more. His rook's got to go back or whatever. And then if he did play this, I would, just, granted he could take here now, but after this, like, I'm not, this is probably a cleaner way of playing it than what I did. Does it go? All right. So we're back. Let's get out of analysis. Are we still in analysis? Hopefully not. Okay, no, this is what we play. So he plays here. Now this pawn is kind of something I have to watch. It's a little bit harder to play now. So I'm simplifying takes here. You notice I can't go here. Now this was pretty cool. This was the exact way that I had to play this, according to Stockfish, and then this was the best move. Like this is it. After this, he has nothing. It's mate and yeah, M's on the board, which means I win. And then after this, if I take with pawn, I think he still has a glimmer of hope. I take with king, it's just over. So yeah, awesome game. The end game I thought was pretty good. Just the kind of game that you probably don't see a lot whenever I would record live. Let's just be honest. There's some, some good ones, but all right. So we'll jump to the next game. I played white. Yeah, the screen was definitely not. It was still in analyze mode. We'll have to look into that. But anyways, let's go ahead and turn this off. We played against, it was called the Owens defense. Let's put the analysis bar back on. I played this. Now, when they play this, so I did a opening video recently, which I will just straight up say was not my best work because of the reasons that I talked about at the first of this video. By the way, like and subscribe if you haven't. It helps me. I'd appreciate it. You don't have to. But anyways, whenever they play against this, you can play like a Ponziani structure. And it's just, I might even do that in this game, but specifically against this B6 move, playing D4 and then getting your bishop to D3 is like the best way of playing. Like if you would have come out here immediately, they obviously they did this E6 first. So I pushed off that move for one move, and then I played it when he did play bishop to B7. So we're here, and then he plays like this kind of Sicilian structure thing. I think this is my point exactly. This Ponziani structure, if you just learn how to play with your pawns like this, it can be extremely flexible. It's kind of like playing like Queen's Gambit Declined, where you, it's like a setup, a building block structure, I think Gotham calls it in one of his books, in his first book, How to Win a Chess. Wow, I'm giving Gotham shout outs. How crazy. Anyways, so we build up in the Ponziani structure. I take back here, we're getting the two pawns in the center. I build up here, he takes, and now I'm like, look, why did you do that? That didn't seem very smart. You just gave me a huge white center, and you traded your bishop for a knight. Honestly, I was surprised to see that from a 17, like a high 1700, who's probably been 1800 before. So I met h5 with h4. Went here, didn't really like as much. This was kind of my other idea. I could maybe come here, that obviously wouldn't work, but like to do something with this knight to where I can get my queen active basically is a very common idea. I play like this. It's not in love with what I'm doing. And so we've built this up pretty well. Obviously the evaluation really likes what I'm doing. And then, oh yeah, I remember this game now actually. Like this game, I thought it was going to be a lot higher accuracy than it was. So he trades, we're doing this, and it's like, where is his attack and where is his control of my side of the board? Like if we look at, okay, so this is, the first rank of my side of the board. He has nothing past this line. If you look at his first rank or the first rank on his side of the board, I have a bishop that really can't be kicked away, and a pawn, and then a really juicy square here. Like, the rook comes in, I could do this same thing again, and now it's like, look at what's on his side of the board again. Now we have a knight coming in. Come back here. Now look at his side of the board. I have a knight, a rook, a bishop, and a pawn that are all supported. he has a bishop that's staring at granite that can't go here. Biting on granite, I think they call that. I decided to trade that off. Now, this was a lot of calculation because I was like, okay, you know, I obviously want to get this attack in. What I was thinking is like this. If king takes, I don't think it was as strong, hence why I put the bishop here first. My idea was to kind of draw him away, and then takes, and then pin right here with the rook. Just kind of like just trying to work out the best idea because I know my position's way better. I'm plus 8.2 despite being up one pawn, which is crazy. That is positional play for you. He goes here, and do I go ahead and so one thing I'm thinking right here is like takes. If he takes with king and then takes and takes with queen, the rook hangs. So the pressure is mounting. I'm now plus 9.3. Do I take? It did not think that was the best move. Actually, the evaluation is staying the same. Let's see what if bishop takes. Oh, the evaluation goes down quite a bit. Let's get out of analysis. I don't want to be in analysis. Oh, okay. I do apologize. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to go back. Yeah, don't look at all these bullet losses. My apologies, blah blah blah. You see that I win. Shocker. Okay, so we were about right here. So I play the best move here. He takes as a Zwischenzug. I take with pawn, which I think was the beautiful thing about this is now at the very least, the tempo of this being attacked is like huge, but like at the very least, you know, we could have a queen trade and I'm already up. He takes, I take with check, which is huge, and then I just take the piece because I took with the pawn. If it was with the bishop, it would be a trade. So taking with a pawn there was awesome. Let's turn the analysis back on. It's okay. It's plus, oh wow, mate's already on the board. At what point is mate not on the board? Yeah, it says I should have just not. It's mate and 8 right here. I take with pawn and it's now mate and 12, which is, I guess maybe I was supposed to go like right here and then prepare this. That's crazy. That is absolutely just sickening. I mean, I could go right here, maybe. I'm not sure what the mate in 8 was, but we take. I take here and he resigns. Now, for sake of seeing these mate and so-and-sos, let's get the evaluation on. By the way, the accuracy was 86.7, and the last game's accuracy was 91 something. We're gonna get, so it was a 28 move game. Knight takes was best, pawn takes was best. Now, what was the best here? Because it said I had a mate in what, 7? So I take here, explain. Takes with pawn. Okay, that's all it explains. I don't know why it said mate and so before. Okay, it seems as if the evaluation works differently because I'm seeing no M's on the board. Now there's M's on the board, so let's go ahead and see what was the mate in 9. Let's see if it spells it out for us. No. What was the mate in 9? I'm getting a little bit agitated. What is going on? I don't even know what's going on now. Come on, chess.com. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just like, I know you got all like the AI stuff that's like giving me all the like oh, you can improve this and that, but like I just want to see what the mate 9 was. Can we do that? Okay, where's the mate? Okay, mate 9, best move. What was the best move? Okay, explain. Okay, got it. There's no mate. Go here. Now, let's see. Let's just turn analysis on, maybe. This is how we probably should have done this in the first place. Let's turn the analysis arrows on. Engine line suggested arrows. Okay, it's going to show us a mate in 9. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, now we're just making subtle pawn moves now. Okay. Comes here. We're going to try and trade the queen, right? Comes here. Mate in 5 now. Queen to b8. Goes here. Ah, we win a queen. Mate in 3, it says. Mate in 2, it says. Checkmate. Cool. All right, we got it. Yeah, sorry about that little tech issue, but yeah, we got it. And then I'm over 1800 again. Hopefully, we'll go up towards 1900 again, like we already have before. And I'm feeling a lot better about this. I appreciate everybody sticking with me through thick and thin, the ups and downs, the busy and the timely, and all the Shakespeare and Doctor Strange stuff like that. So thanks a lot, guys, and hope you're able to maybe learn something if you're like under 1,000 or so. And we'll see you next time.